You can go.
Welcome all. 36th District Court, State of Michigan is now in session with the Honorable Judge Shannon Holmes presiding. During the Zoom court proceeding, there will be no gum chewing, eating, drinking, smoking, or talking. Also, you're required to be dressed appropriately for court. No do-rags, hats, pajamas, low-cut tops, spaghetti string tops, or underclothes should be visible. If you have any additional electronic devices, please silence them or turn them off now. Thank you all in advance for your compliance, and good morning, Your Honor.
All right. Good morning, everyone. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning. Good morning, Ms. Wilson. Good morning to all of our attorneys. We are going to start with appearances. And so for the attorneys, if you could place your appearance on the record at this time.
Yes, thank you, Judge. Good morning. For the record, Jesse Reed, Drug Court District Attorney, 23863. Judge, I'd like to make a motion, a continuing motion, that my appearance be for all my clients this morning. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Reed. Good morning to you. And your motion is granted. Mr. Fikens.
Thank you, Your Honor. Good morning. Robert Fikens, P31894, Drug Treatment Court Defense Counsel. And I would also make a similar motion and ask that Mr. Reed speak even louder than he usually does, so I can hear him, because I couldn't hear him very much.
All right, Mr. Fikens. Good morning to you, and your motion is granted. Let's have the case managers place your appearance on the record this morning. Ms. Robbs, we'll start with you.
Honor, Ebony Robbs, Drug Treatment Court Case Manager.
We can barely hear you, Ms. Robbs.
It might be my phone, Judge.
No. We can barely hear Ms. Robbs.
Can you hear me? Excuse me. Can you hear me, Your Honor?
Not well.
No.
Oh.
Let's go to Mr. Let's try Mr. Griffin while you work on it, Ms. Robbs.
All right. Good morning, Your Honor. Brian Griffin, Drug Court Case Manager on behalf of the Probation Department.
Thank you, and good morning, Mr. Griffin.
Good morning, Judge.
Ms. Cleveland.
Morning, Your Honor. Toshi Cleveland, Case Manager, 36th District Court.
All right. Good morning, Ms. Cleveland. And we can barely hear you as well.
Please talk louder.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, better.
That's better. Yes, that's better.
I'm sorry, Your Honor.
Oh, no, you're good. Ms. Robbs, want to try it again?
Yes, Your Honor. Good morning. Ebony Robbs, Drug Treatment Court Case Manager.
All right, we can hear you now, Ms. Robbs. Good morning to you. There's someone in my courtroom with a hat on. Please remove it from your head, or I'm going to remove you from my courtroom. Thank you so much. All right, officer, who are we starting with first? You either remove your hat or I'm going to remove you from my courtroom. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. They'll have to call back. All right, who do we have up first, officer? All right, on the Galaxy A10, could you please state your name? We don't have a name for you. Ma'am with the glasses on.
Oh, this is Pamela Charles.
Good morning, Miss Charles. All right, I think Miss Charles has to go into a breakout room with one of the attorneys. Who's going in the breakout room with Miss Charles?
I will, Judge.
All right, good morning again, Miss Charles. You all are going to get an invitation to go to breakout room number 1. I need to rename her very quickly.
Your Honor, I also wanted to let you know that the person who's listed as Germani is Chrislyn Reed. I believe that's who that is.
Okay, I'll be sure to rename it. Thank you so much. That just helps me out quite a bit. All right, you should both receive an invitation to breakout room number 1.
Thank
Okay,
you.
Please
I
accept
just
it.
got it.
All right, please accept it for me. All right, are we ready to do Ms. Reed's case?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, very good.
Okay.
Because she doesn't have it on.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All
I'll
right.
do that right now.
Okay, no problem. All right, I don't see any other individuals on. She's returning from, she was an absconder. And her name is Pamela Charles. She's on there. She's the third case, the second case under 9 o'clock a.m. Yeah, she came to us through the DDC, and she spent about 2 weeks, and then now she's back on. All right. I see that someone has joined us without their hat on. Who is it? Is that Mr. Lackey?
Yes.
I think it is.
Good morning, Mr. Lackey.
How you doing? Happy New Year to y'all.
Happy New Year to you. You thought you was gonna come in my courtroom in 2021 with a hat on.
No, I thought you were talking to somebody else or something. That's why I had it. I thought about take this hat off and dropped it down on the ground.
I even counted you down, Mr. Lackey, to give you a chance to take it off. And you didn't do it. It's so good to see you this morning.
And you too, you know I don't want no problems.
I know you don't. I couldn't even recognize you. You don't want no smoke, right, Mr. Lackey? All right. Let me call your case, Mr. Lackey. I have case number U-453-28318 for Kenneth Lackey. Mr. Lackey, state your name for the record.
Kenneth Lackey.
All right, you're in our virtual courtroom this morning, Mr. Lackey. Do you agree to have your case heard by way of Zoom?
Yes.
All right, very good. Mr. Lackey, how have you been? It seems like I haven't seen you in forever.
I've been good, Mr. Judge. Mr. Judge, I've been good. I'm not complaining. I appreciate y'all. That's like I say, when I first came down there and asked you for some help, I got all the help I need. I've been good, though. I've been good.
What you been doing, Mr. Lackey?
Actually, I've been, trying to stay focused on my family, focused on me. I'm good. I ain't got to, go out there. I got a whole different little crowd. Well, I got a little crowd, but it ain't the old crowd. You know what I'm saying? So this a new crowd. So I just try to keep myself focused on me and not being out there. But it's been, almost a year or something now. So, I ain't trying to go back.
Let's not go backwards, Mr. Lackey. You have made some great progress. Great progress. Tell me what's different about you, Mr. Lackey.
Huh?
Tell me what's different about you.
Well, what's different about me, like, I be focused on me, like I said before, I be focused on me, be focused on the family, doing things, trying to keep myself busy, doing whatever I need to do, because like I said, I don't have no urges about going out there, doing nothing or nothing like that. So like I say, I'm good. And I appreciate y'all.
All right. How's your wife doing?
She's great. Yep, she's great.
Make sure you tell her I asked about her.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
All right. Very good. Mr. Yancey, is Mr. Lackey your case?
Yes, it is, Your Honor.
All right. Update me on Mr. Lackey.
Your Honor, Mr. Lackey, he's doing quite well. Continues to screen. Those screens have been negative. He paid all his fines and costs off. He's actually, I did keep up with him over the holiday. And
okay,
he's actually completed everything except the arms program. He was scheduled to do it in October. He did pay for it already, but he had some electronic problems and wasn't able to complete it. So We're trying to figure out if he can either do it online or try to wait for the Zoom arms in March. I think we're going to try to do it online to get it done as soon as possible. That's the only thing really holding him up is the arms program. It might be easier for him to do it. Not easier, but it might be better for him to do it in March. He might be able to understand it better, but online is available. So we just want to get him to complete the arms, and he should be in good shape.
All right, come on, Mr. Lackey. I need you to get arms done.
Yes. Actually, the phone I had got ran over. So them 2 days I didn't have no phone. That's what it was. But I had been sending them the money, and I was waiting on them. But that's what happened to my phone.
All right. So Mr. Yancey, can we get him set up with the online arms so he doesn't have to wait until March, if at all possible?
Oh, yes, Your Honor. Very much so.
Okay, that sounds better to me.
Okay.
All right, very good. Anything else, Mr. Yancey? He's been testing, no issues?
No, he has been testing. They've been negative screens.
All right, very good, very good. Mr. Reed, Mr. Fikens?
I don't know if Mr. Reed's back.
I would congratulate him. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Mr. Fikens.
Well, I was just going to say, Mr. Lackey, you don't come into court. You got that same shine on the top of your head like I do. Come on now. You got to be proud of that, man. All right?
Yes, sir.
But good report, sir. Congratulations. We are proud of you, sir.
All right.
Mr. Lackey, congratulations on a good report. I didn't hear it, but it seems that you did everything that you were asked.
Yes,
be safe, and Happy New Year to you, Mr. Lackey.
Same to you.
All right, very good. And so, Mr. Yancey, if nothing else, Mr. Lackey is in phase 3, waiting on his arms. That's the only thing he's waiting to do. Is that correct?
That's correct, Your Honor.
All right. I'm not going to see Mr. Lackey again for another 30 days or another 4 weeks. And so that means Mr. Lackey, he will do a face-to-face with you on February 8th, 2021. I'll set it for 8:30 a.m. You all can work out the logistics, okay?
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, wonderful. Good to see you, Mr. Lackey.
You too. You have a blessed year.
Thank you. Well, you're going to see me before the year is over now. I still want to have a blessed year.
Yeah. No question. No question.
All right. Very good. Take care of yourself.
All right. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank y'all.
All right.
Have another happy holiday. Yeah. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
All right. Bye-bye. All right. Please take your hat off in my courtroom. Miss Reed, are you ready? Someone first name Carlos, you have to remove your hat in my courtroom, or I'll have to remove you from my courtroom.
Carlos DeGracia, please remove your hat.
All right.
This audio on.
Yeah, okay. All right. Let's go to Miss Reed. Is Miss Reed ready? I'm gonna ask you to unmute Miss Reed.
Okay, can you hear me now?
There you are, yes. Good morning to you.
Good morning, how are you?
I am well, Happy New Year to you.
Same to you.
Oh, honey, Miss Charles, now, I know it's been a long time, but you have the whole wrong invitation if you think you're gonna be in my courtroom with a tank top on.
Let me put my sweatshirt on. I'm sorry.
Now, officer, did you, now I gotta regroup. Monday morning, it's not even 9 o'clock. I mean, officer, did you tell them what the attire was for court?
Yes.
That you can't have your sexy on, that you're not on here? Okay. All right. I feel like I need to
Beg your
sanitize my hands. All right. All right.
Miss Reed is good though. Miss Reed is good, Judge.
All right, come on, yeah. Miss Reed, let me read your cases back into the record. I don't even know what I did with my docket now. I'm so discombobulated. All right, Miss Drew, I promise you, I don't know what I just did with my docket. I had it. I know you gave it to me.
Okay, you don't want it.
All right, Miss Reed. Okay, here are your case numbers. SV 870358 counts 1 and 2, and case number Z 8059911. And so, Miss Reed, you agree to have your case heard today in our virtual courtroom?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, very good. Happy New Year to you.
Same to you.
All right, how have you been?
I've been fine. I'm working with the doctors and things. Other than that, I'm doing great.
All right, and you're feeling good, Miss Reed?
Yes, I feel fine.
All right, how's your mom?
She's doing great.
She is very good. I'm glad to hear that. Very glad to hear that. And so, Miss Reed, what have you done to stay sober since the last time I've seen you?
Well, I just haven't been wanting anything to drink, that's for sure. So I've been staying in the house mostly because this COVID is getting worse, and I'm just staying at home.
Okay. All right. And how's that working? What are you doing while you're at home?
Well, I'm at my son's house now.
I'm sorry?
I said I'm at my son's house right now, my son and his wife.
Okay.
And I just been sitting around with my grandchildren.
Good.
Having a good time with them.
All right. Very good. Very good. And so, Miss Cleveland, can you update us on Miss Reed?
Yes, Your Honor. Miss Reed is compliant with her testing. Her drug screens are all negative. She is, she had a completion from Spectrum, so she finished her substance abuse therapies there. However, she does have a recovery coach, but because of COVID, she has been doing all of her 12-step and her recovery coach sessions with online or by telephone.
Okay.
Have talked to her. She's maintaining her medical appointments. She's aware that I have to have the supporting documents to be sent over. So she's going to work with her son to have him help her send it digitally because, that's not her area of expertise, she says. So she's going to have some assistance.
That's okay. We'll help you out.
And then when we talk, we're talking about how because she's got a 24-month contract, and we're talking about how she's going to progress forward with some of those other things in her phase 2. She still has to get her arms completed, but I know that's going to be a little bit of a process for her. And then also she was doing community service until she had her foot issue. So I think that's kind of working out now too, that her foot is kind of healing. And so she's going to end when COVID is, when she's able to go back out in COVID to complete that thing. But she did start with her community service.
All right. And so I know this is not a Frank Murphy 24-month. Is that correct?
No, this was, let's see. It was on her contract that she was given 24 months.
Got it. All right. And so has Ms. Reed done has she watched your sobriety video, or has she done that?
I believe she has. They all got a link, but I'm not for sure as far as her completion with that. Ms. Reed, did you receive the link for the sobriety video?
No, I didn't.
Okay, so I'll work with her on that as well.
Okay.
All right. And then I need to make sure she's attended the alcohol highway safety as well. Okay.
Dr. Alexander, yes.
Yes. And then she's doing her meetings. And so I'm happy with that. And she has the recovery coach. She's on track. And so Ms. Cleveland, when we come back for staffing on Ms. Reed, I'd like to talk about how we shore up a plan for her to move toward completion, okay?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, very good. Very good. Mr. Reed, Mr. Fikens?
Thank you, Judge. Mr. Reed, good report. Keep up the good work. We're proud of you. Stay safe. You're doing a good job. And Happy New Year to you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Your Honor, if I might add, Ms. Reed, you've always been a very beautiful person. You've done what the court has required of you. I would hope to bring this case to staffing to see if there are things we can do to help you.
Okay, thank you.
All right, very good. And Miss Cleveland?
Yes.
Fines and costs. Where's Miss Reed with respect to fines and costs?
She's one of the persons that she's on a limited income. She has disabilities, so with that, I was trying to work with her as far as her community service. That's why she was starting to begin that. She has not completed her initial 40 hours, but I wanted her to kind of include more hours possibly to help a little bit with her costs. So she's paying for her tests now, all of her testing. She has indicated to me before that is something that is impactful to her income, but you know, she is doing it. So I'm trying to work with her as far as that goes.
All right. Okay, thank you. All right, Ms. Reed, do you have any questions for us?
No, I thank you very much.
All right, you're going to return for a face-to-face with Ms. Cleveland. Okay. And that is going to take place on, that would be February 1st. Right, Ms. Cleveland?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. February 1st, 2021. I'll put it down for 8:30 a.m. and you all can work out the logistics, okay?
Okay, no problem.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Ms. Reed, too.
Oh, okay. All right. Very good.
Bye-bye.
You too. Thank you, Ms. Reed. Good to see you.
Okay.
For Carlos DeGrasson.
Yes, ma'am.
You are in the wrong courtroom. I can hear you. You're in the wrong courtroom. You're supposed to be in Judge Christina Garrett's courtroom. I'm going to give you that dial in for her, okay? Are you ready?
Yeah, I think I know how to, I don't know if I'm going to know how to do it, but I'm going to try.
Well, you got into this courtroom. You should be able to get into hers, okay? It's the same way. Just going to put in some different numbers.
I just entered my name and it put me here.
Oh, did it? Oh, I'm not aware of that function. All right. So I don't know if you have the Zoom application, but you will go to Zoom and it's going to ask you for the meeting ID. And this is what you're going to put in.
Yes, ma'am.
You're going to put in 360 334
Okay.
0000.
360-334-0000.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
All right, you're very welcome.
And Your Honor, if I might add, sir, if you don't get in there, please come back to the courtroom.
Come back.
And I will help you.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Fikens. All right. Officer, who do we have up next?
Next, Your Honor, is Ms. Charles.
Okay. Mr. Fikens, are you up? I'm going to come back to her. Who's after that?
Mr. Reed talked to
Oh,
us.
that's right, Mr. Reed. I'm sorry. Okay. I'll
We're
come
ready.
back to it. I'm not. Go ahead, officer. Who's next?
Gabrielle Dawson.
Miss Dawson? Where's Miss Dawson? I don't see Miss Dawson. I don't see Miss Dawson.
She might turn her video on.
No, let's keep going.
Melissa L. Anon.
I saw Miss Eleanor. Good morning. She's clapping. She's like, it's my time. Yes, ma'am. Good morning to you.
Unmute yourself, ma'am.
Unmute yourself for me.
Oh, okay.
Good morning.
Good morning.
State your name for the record.
Melissa Elanon.
And Ms. Elanon, you're in our virtual courtroom. Do you agree to have your hearing by way of Zoom on this morning?
Yes, I do.
Wonderful. I have the following case for Melissa Elanon. U 518-919-19. All right, Ms. Elanon, Happy New Year to you.
Thank you. Same to you.
How are you?
I'm great.
You're doing great. Tell me what that means. What's going great?
Well, I still have my job. I'm working as, a manager at Wendy's.
Yes, very good.
Yeah, living in an alumni house. It's like a move-up house from the 3-quarter. And I got my year clean.
Come on, let's celebrate Miss Elanon. 1 year clean. Do it, Miss Elanon. All right. Very good. How do you feel about that?
It feels amazing.
Can you share with us what feels amazing about it?
Just the fact that, it's no more no sleepless nights, you know what I'm saying? I can get up in the morning and accomplish some things, and I go to work every morning. It's just amazing. It's really amazing for the journey that I've taken and all the help that I have received from everybody. And
please take your hoodie off in my courtroom.
I don't have a hoodie on.
Not you. Oh, I want to just say some stuff this morning. It's Monday. Look, I don't know what y'all are saying to your clients, but you need to tell them when they come into court, even when it's virtual, you can't do in the virtual courtroom what you are not allowed to do when you're physically at 36th District. You just can't do it. Now, y'all gonna make me act out on a Monday. It's too early. I need at least till Wednesday. I'm sorry, Miss Elanon. You are doing wonderful, Miss Elanon. You really are doing wonderful. Tell me this. What did you do to bring in the new year?
Actually, I worked.
You worked?
I worked that day, and then I was home for the night. I cooked for Christmas, big old feast. Angie came over and ate some of my beans.
All right.
Yeah, I did. I just been doing a lot of at home and working stuff, haven't really been going around my family too much because of the pandemic getting worse and worse.
Yeah.
Angie, sit right here. Angie just got walked in. She got caught by the train.
Oh, okay. Good morning. Is that Miss Stradilak?
Yeah, she's coming.
All right. Good morning to you.
Yeah, so just been doing a lot of regrouping with myself, going to meetings when I can, and still in step study. I just started going into step 9, which is a hard one.
Can you tell us what step 9 is?
It's making amends, which is kind of hard.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna do it. I have good, strong people around me. Angie's been such a big help.
Yes, good.
I love her to death. And I don't know, that's basically about it with me.
Good. You look good, Miss Elanon. You're doing good. Oh my goodness. I'm so proud of you. I am. Miss Stradilak, what do you want to let us know about Miss Elanon?
Well, Miss Elanon she's self-motivated, and she's a real good influence for the girls in the other house. And she's going to come and help, share her experience with them and kind of get into the giving back and kind of lead them and be a leader, learning some leadership skills. But she's got everything it takes to do that. and overcoming her mother's death and everything and the obstacles that she was faced with in the beginning shows some true character of her due diligence that she's been doing this. And it's always important that a person wants it. And even though in the beginning maybe she didn't, I don't know, but she definitely does now.
Right.
Yes, wonderful. And thank you all, Ms. Stradilak, for the great work you're doing with Ms. Elenon. And so, Ms. Robs, is there anything that you need to report out on Ms. Elenon?
Good morning, Your Honor. As per report from Ms. Elenon and Ms. Stradilak, Ms. Elenon is doing really well, Your Honor. She has completed all her requirements. She is currently in phase 3. She's in the maintenance stage right now. She's complying with testing. At on-site, she's completed her community service, her 40 hours. She's completed her 100 AA meetings, her arms, her balance is 0. She's just doing really well, Your Honor. She has a 15-month contract, and she's doing really, really well.
Very good, very good. And so I know that she says she's at a step-up facility, and so we'll have some discussions about where do we go from there, because Ms. Stradilak, I'd like to know how much time will she have there? What's the next steps for getting her into independent living and how it works?
Okay.
So Ms. Robs, I'd like you to have that discussion with Ms. Stradilak and report back to the court.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. I'm not trying to upset the apple cart or move you anywhere, Ms. Elenon. We're just doing some forward thinking and some forward planning, okay?
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Very good. All right. Mr. Reed, Mr. Fikens.
Thank you, Judge. Congratulations, Ms. Elenon, a good report. Be proud of yourself. You're doing a good job. We are proud of you. Keep up the good work at Wendy's and be safe. Happy New Year to you, Ms. Elenon. Happy New Year.
You too.
And Your Honor, if I might add, Ms. Elenon, you got your head in the game. You're doing a great job. I'm so proud of you for being a year sober. Keep up the great work. And Judge, might I also just say, I think that was Magistrate Jeff who was in your courtroom. I don't know if that was.
That was him. Yes.
I only saw.
He comes in every morning. Bringing, spreading cheer and love. He's such a wonderful person. Yes, he is. All right, Mr. Reed, did you already speak?
Yes, Judge, I did. Thank you.
All right, wonderful. Good morning. All right, Miss Elenon, you know that we're here if you need us. Look, I'm going to have Miss Elenon return to court, Miss Robs. I'd like to see her on February 8th, 2021, and we'll schedule it for 8:30, okay?
Yes, Your Honor.
Does that work, Miss Elenon?
Yes.
All right, very good. Keep up the great work. So good to see you. Glad you're doing well. You are certainly not the Miss Elenon that walked into my courtroom more than a year ago, who was trying to convince me that she knew what was better for herself. And so I just appreciate you. I really, really do. I do. I appreciate the work that you've done. I'm on the bench. I appreciate the work that you've done. And
on behalf of my client, Judge, we appreciate the work that you did.
No, it's been a team. Everybody has contributed. And so I'm just excited when I see the progress. It's just refreshing, especially at the beginning of the year after we're closing out a very difficult year. It's just good. It feels good. So thank you, Ms. Elenon.
Thank you.
Very proud of you. All right. Take care. I'll see you in February.
Okay.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Bye, Jeff.
All right. Bye-bye, Ms. Stradilak. Okay, officer.
Okay.
Yes, the jail came on. Byron Smith. I know that you all need to go in the breakout room. Who's going in the breakout room with Mr. Smith? Good morning, Mr. Smith.
I'll do that, Judge.
Mr. Fikens, you'll do it?
Yes, sir. Yes, Your Honor.
All right, wonderful. Just give me a second. All right, you all are going to get an invitation. Good morning to the staff at the Wayne County Jail.
Good
You all
morning,
will
Your
get an
Honor.
invitation. Good morning. You all will get an invitation to breakout room number 2. Please accept it.
Thank you, Judge.
All right, very good. Okay, I'm ready. Officer?
Next, Jeffrey of Dawson came back home.
Miss Dawson, good morning to you. Unmute yourself for me. There you are. Good morning. I still can't hear you. Miss Dawson? All right, while she's working out that issue, I'm going to keep going.
Next, Your Honor, will be Michael Collins.
Good morning, Mr. Collins.
Good morning.
All right, state your name for the record.
Michael Collins.
You're in our virtual courtroom. Do you agree to have your hearing by way of Zoom this morning?
Yes, ma'am.
Wonderful. I have the following matters for Michael Collins. I have case numbers SP 958-536, counts 1 and 2, SP 958-537-2, Z 7948-121, and case number 155573931. Happy New Year to you, Mr. Collins.
Thank you, ma'am. Same to you.
All right, how have you been?
I've been good.
You been good? You sure?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, I heard you've had a couple of bumps and a couple of just, some difficulties, some challenges, but I've also heard that you've been able to overcome all of them. Am I correct?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, very good. Mr. Collins, when Miss Cleveland, I think this is one you called me on and we talked about. I just want to encourage you that you have worked very hard in this program since you've been with us. I want to encourage you to continue working hard. Now, I know that you missed the screen. Miss Cleveland did inform me of that on January 4th. She also told me some of the circumstances surrounding it. So this is for the courtroom. It's never okay to miss a screen. But it's also my understanding, Miss Cleveland, that you've already had some contact with Mr. Collins regarding his missed screen. We've already come up with a plan, and he's working that plan. Is that correct?
Well, Your Honor, I did present the plan to him again, and there seems to be what I would consider some other things or factors that might be impactful to that plan, which was including the adding of the alcohol tether, and I think the cost became a factor. While his savings, because he would be testing once a week, only it would reduce his monthly savings to about $120. The cost of the tether for that same month probably would add another $150. So there was some conversation about that. I know the exact breakdown of the prices. I did speak to house arrest today for a monthly basis of how much it is for a alcohol tether. I can present that information again to Mr. Collins while we are on the record, and then he can make a determination as far as that goes. But there is a cost factor that he's concerned about.
So let me make sure though, Ms. Cleveland, he has been testing since you've talked to me.
Yes, I haven't had another missed-screen from him reported, but there is that concern. And when I had my in-depth conversation with Mr. Collins, I did explain to him that that's going to be the critical factor in how he progresses forward in this program, because he knows that I'm here to help. He knows that I am trying to ensure that he remains compliant. I do understand and respect all the things that he has going on in his life. I understand that. But we also understand, and I made it quite clear, that he has to remain compliant with this program's requirements. He just has to.
Yes, and I'm not gonna spend a whole lot of time on this because we've talked about it in depth, Miss Cleveland. So you
Yes.
know this court's position. I don't know if one of the attorneys needs to reinforce it, but Mr. Collins, at the end of the day, you must be compliant in your testing. Not testing is not an option. It can't be done. Okay.
Ma'am, I was compliant. I just had a transportation issue. So, no, it's not like I just didn't go.
No. I'm not talking about the missed test. I said we've already addressed that, and I gave Ms. Cleveland a plan. But we were talking about a plan going forward. And so to make sure that you had the ability to go and test and the funding available to go and test. And so Ms. Cleveland is indicating that may be, you've expressed some concerns about even the plan that I've given Ms. Cleveland. And so what I'm saying to you is testing is not an option. You must test.
I know.
Okay, so you all can have those conversations, Ms. Cleveland. We're here to work with you. I want to encourage you to continue to do what you're supposed to do because you're doing a great job. You're doing a great job. And I know it's a sacrifice, but that's what drug treatment court is about. Sacrifice, accountability, discipline. Those are things we need in life. And so unfortunately, or fortunately, you're here and we have to make those sacrifices. And so Ms. Cleveland, you all continue to work, but at the end of the day, just know that this court's position is testing is not an option. You must test. And so, let's make sure that you're testing, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, very good. I don't think I've seen you in the new year, so happy new year to you.
Thank you, ma'am. Same to you.
All right, very good. How did you bring in the new year?
Sleeping.
Sleeping. That's not a bad thing. Not a bad thing. All right. What have you been doing to stay on your track of being sober?
Staying in the house, staying with my kids. When I don't know, when I with my kids, I just feel so much relieved, so much better. So I like to. Well, my son works.
You need to stay still because we're starting to lose you.
No, man, I don't be going nowhere but to see my kids and to work. I don't go nowhere.
Okay. All right. No, I'm talking about wherever you are in your house. You have a good connection. It seemed like you were moving and we were losing you.
Oh, I'm sorry.
All right. Very good. So the kids are all good?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Tell me something you've learned since the last time I've seen you, Mr. Collins.
I learned a lot of things. Like I don't need alcohol to, usually I'll be like, oh, I'm bored. I need a drink. Oh, if I get mad, I want to go get a drink. Like it haven't been bothering me. I feel better. Not waking up sick or hungover or none of that other stuff. I don't even faze me. I could be around people who don't even faze me.
All right. Very good. Very good. All right. And so I want to encourage you to keep working hard. It is going to pay off. Okay. All right. I know it's difficult, but you are worth it. You are worth every difficult moment of this process. So continue to work hard. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Mr. Reed, Mr. Fikens, anything you need to add?
Yes, Judge. Thank you. Mr. Collins, you must test. That's part of the program. Work with Miss Cleveland. She's there to help you and work out a plan to make you successful. We know the program is not easy, but it's worthwhile. Be safe, Mr. Collins, whatever you're doing, and Happy New Year to you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Same to you.
Your Honor, if I might add, Mr. Collins, Mr. Reed is my boss, so I agree with everything he just said. So I wasn't here for most of it. I'm sorry.
All right, very good. All right, Mr. Collins, you're going to come back to see Miss Cleveland. You'll have a face-to-face. I'm scheduling him for court for a face-to-face on February 1st 2021. I'll schedule it for 8:30 a.m., Ms. Cleveland, and you all can work out the logistics, okay?
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, very good. Mr. Collins, any questions for me?
Oh, ma'am.
All right, good to see you. Continue to do well, okay?
I am, ma'am.
All right, take care. All right, officer.
You too.
Judge, we have the jail
Thank you,
person, Mr. Smith is
Oh,
ready.
let me do the jail. I'm sorry. Thank you so much for the reminder. I'm ready in the matter of Byron Smith, case number 15046308001. Mr. Smith, please state your name for the record.
Byron Smith.
All right, and Mr. Smith, do you agree? Do you agree to have your hearing by way of Zoom on this morning?
Yes, Your Honor.
Wonderful. All right. Mr. Fikens?
Yes, Your Honor. Robert Fikens on behalf of Mr. Smith. First of all, I want to thank you for the opportunity to speak to Mr. Smith in a breakout session. He certainly was honest with me, direct with me. He says he has other things going on in his life. And eventually what I told him was, you know, you're bigger than your problems. You are bigger than your problems. And so while he has problems, Judge, he needs to understand that he's more important than those problems. That's all we have to say, Judge. He was honest with me, and we will do whatever this court recommends.
All right. So what is he saying about the program, Mr. Fikens?
He does want to continue in the program, Your Honor. He would ask for your help in reestablishing him in the program, and he wants to do a good job.
And so, who was the case manager for Mr. Smith? Mr. Griffin, do you remember? Or Mr.
Yeah, I
Yancey?
do. I looked at the case, Your Honor, and Mr. Yancey looked at the case. Your Honor, this case goes back to 2015, 2016. He's originally on regular probation. Then he was sentenced to drug court with Judge Lloyd. He absconded 2 or 3 times. Then once he got with you, Your Honor, the last time he was here with us was in 2017. It's 2021 now. This case has been going on, like I said, since 2015. So I'll let Mr. Yancey also talk. We did discuss this case on Friday. And at this point, I mean, the case is 6 years old, Your Honor, that he haven't complied with the conditions of drug court or regular probation. I don't see at this point going forward with this case, Your Honor.
And Your Honor, he needs to tell you whether or not he wants to do drug court.
He does, but I want to hear from them as well. Then I'm going to hear from Mr. Smith. All right, Mr. Yancey, was there something you wanted to share with the court?
I just concur with Mr. Griffin. This is, it's been a long time. He's had some opportunities to come in without getting picked up. So sometimes we want to do the program when we're detained, and then when we're not, we don't. So I concur with Mr. Griffin.
And Your Honor, so if I'm clear, I was not talking about Mr. Griffin. I think Mr. Smith needs to tell you whether or not he wants to.
Yes, and I'm going to have Mr. Smith tell me whether or not he wants to do the program, but I wanted to hear from the case managers first. I just want to hear what they had to say.
I think I didn't want to confuse you.
That's okay. All right, Mr. Smith?
Yes, Your Honor.
What do you want to tell the court? What's going on with you?
To let them know that.
Hold on 1 second. Somebody is not muted. I'm not certain who it is, but let's mute. Let's just have everybody mute except the jail, because I've got a lot of feedback and it's not good. All right. I'm not really sure that resolved it, but all right. So, Mr. Smith, tell me, what do you want the court to know? You know, we were working with you, trying to help you, and you walked away again. So tell me what's going on.
Okay, I just want to start by saying, like, when I did, like, first catch the case, I was real young, you know. I didn't know about the judicial system really. I was more so just like scared to go to jail because I didn't really know what it was. That's why I asked to be in drug court. But as I got older and you know, like now I got a daughter now. She'll be 2 on the 22nd. I just want to, you feel me? I mean, excuse me. I didn't mean you feel me, but I just want to get back on track. I think I needed this to get back on track and get focused for real, because when you did put me in treatment and when I was working the program to the best of my abilities, I did see a change in myself and everybody around me seeing a change in me. But I got overwhelmed again, and I want to get it over with though. I want to show you I can complete this program.
And so, Mr. Smith, are you using any substances?
Marijuana.
Anything else?
No, ma'am.
And so, I'm sorry?
I hadn't used anything since you put me in the treatment besides marijuana. I did see a change in that because of the stuff that I was around there, and I don't want it to, you know, graduate to anything else because it was people that had real problems going on in there, and I don't want to be that. I don't want that. I'd rather get myself together and get focused for my baby.
Yeah, and I applaud you for that, Mr. Smith. But here's the thing, something Mr. Griffin said. Everybody want to do the program when they think it's a get out of jail free card.
That's what I thought at first, but when I did actually try to work the program, I mean, I did. I tried. I really tried. I tried it for a long time. It just I slipped up again. I didn't. I mean, you know.
But it wasn't the slip up that caused the problem. The problem is that not only did you slip up, but you walked away. See, I could have dealt with the slip up. That's what we do in drug treatment court. We understand that slipping up is a part of recovery. We could have dealt with the slip up. It was the fact that you impeded our ability to help you with the slip up by walking away. Not just for 1 year, but I think, Ms. Griffin, you said almost 2 years. He's been gone.
And within those 2 years, Your Honor, I had a child, and I just want to get everything right.
Your Honor, if I'm not mistaken, I think he absconded again in 2019 or something like that. So it's been almost over 2 years or whatever.
All right. So we're going to staff today. This is the best I can do. We're going to staff today at 2 o'clock. And the best I can do is to bring Mr. Smith back on tomorrow to determine whether or not he's going to be accepted into the program. And then we'll go from there. And if not, then I'm going to also on tomorrow schedule his termination hearing because that's your recommendation. Is that correct, Mr. Griffin?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. I'm also scheduling his termination hearing for tomorrow. And tomorrow you will know for certain whether or not you'll be able to stay in the program or just serve your time on your underlying charge of aggravated assault. That's your underlying charge. Mr. Fikes, you're muted.
I'm sorry, Your Honor. Yes, I'm going to be, I won't be available tomorrow afternoon, but I will ask Mr. Reed and I will talk about this and we will be ready for that.
Okay, somebody will be ready tomorrow morning for it? Okay. All right, very good. So, Mr. Smith, I'm going to see you on tomorrow. I'll schedule you again for 9 o'clock for a termination hearing. And then we'll go from there, okay? And then can we also notify, Mr. Griffin, notify the prosecuting attorney that we need them for the termination hearing on tomorrow?
Yes, Your Honor, and paperwork has to be given to him somehow as well.
Mr. Griffin, can you prepare the termination checklist for Mr. Smith, and then Ms. Drew can send it over to the jail?
Yep, I'll have Mr. Yancey do it today. I'm not in the office. I'm working from home, so I'll have Mr. Yancey do it, do the termination paperwork.
All right, sounds good. So let's get that done, and we'll get all of that over to the jail with the new paperwork that he'll come back on tomorrow.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right. Thank you. All right, Mr. Smith, I'm going to give it some thought and I'll hear from the rest of the team on today. Okay?
Thank you, Judge.
All right.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, Deputy Pabanji. Thank you so much.
Have a blessed day.
You do the same. Thank you. All right. Officer, who do I have up next?
Next round, we can go back to Ms. Charles.
No.
No?
Ms. Dawson, do you have your audio?
Yes, can you hear me?
There you are. Let's do it, Ms. Dawson. I have the following for Gabrielle Dawson, case number Z8057641. Happy New Year to you, Ms. Dawson.
Happy New Year.
Good to see you. How are things going?
It's going pretty well. I'm getting through everything.
You back to work?
Yes. Yep.
All right. The baby's getting older?
Yes. The baby's birthday is coming up in March. So he's turning 1.
Oh my goodness. Wow. Amazing. Amazing. All right. How are you feeling?
I'm feeling good. Energized, still working, still dealing with the kids online and, having time to myself, reading, writing, and, nothing much, but same.
All right. No issues during the holidays?
No, I had to work on Christmas and I had to work New Year's.
Okay, and how was that?
It was pretty good. I had a pretty good night.
Okay, very good. No issues with going to your testing or anything of that nature?
Nope, no issues.
All right, very good. Tell me something you've learned. Oh, Ms. Dawson, do you agree to have your hearing in our virtual courtroom today?
Yes.
Wonderful. Tell me something you've learned since the last time I've seen you.
Last time we spoke about the my tickets as far as my license.
Okay.
You told me to call down there, and I've spoken with. I called down to the courthouse and I've spoken with them about the matter, and they told me what I had to do. They gave me the price. They told me how many tickets what I had to pay off, and what I had to do to get that off my record and everything. And so what I've been doing is I've been saving. I have half of the money. Now,
so have you been paying $45 reinstatement fees? Is that what you've been doing?
No, I just spoken with, I didn't know how to go about to pay the $45. I have 2 reinstatement fees. I believe it's $90. I didn't know if I could come up to the courthouse to pay it because I know I couldn't do it online. So I didn't want to come up there and then they turned me around and not let me in the building. So,
all right.
But I did
so this is what, go ahead.
I spoke with Mr. Griffin. He said that I would be allowed and he'll let them know to let me come up there and pay that off for Detroit. Because I'm dealing with Detroit and I have to deal with Livonia as well. So that's, I have the money for Detroit. I'm going to go up there and pay that. But as far as Livonia, I have half of that proportion,
Okay.
That's what I'm working on. Yeah.
All right. Well, first, let me say this. I failed to read your second case number into the record, which is Z8057111. So I want to do that first. And then let me say that I applaud you for taking the necessary steps to get your license straight, because you can't drive until you have a valid license, right?
Yes.
All right. Very good. Very, very good. And so, Mr. Griffin, continue to work with her. And of course, if you need the attorney's assistance to get her set up so that she can get that license. She's been with us and you're doing a great job. You've done a great job. And so we want to make sure that you get one of the benefits I think that I see as a great benefit of having worked the program is to walk away and have a valid driver's license and not have to worry about all the stuff that goes along with not having a valid driver's license, right?
Yes, true.
All right, so I want to see you have that. I definitely do. All right. Someone is in my courtroom with a hood on their head. You need to take it off. I'm going to turn off your video and then I'll turn it back on when I'm ready for you. All right. I don't know what's going on today, Monday. Everybody want to cover their heads, be sexy. I don't know. All right. Oh, it's Monday. All right. And so, Miss Dawson, I applaud you for that. So I want you to continue working toward it. Mr. Griffin, what do you want to tell me about Miss Dawson?
Ms. Dawson is doing very well, Your Honor. I talked to her. She's still completing her ARMS online classes, and she have to complete alcohol highway safety. So those are the last 2 classes that she has to do. She can pay cost in full and everything. She do have 2 $45 reinstatement fees at our court. She did pay all other court costs and stuff in full. So, and like she said, she's taking care of the Livonia matter. When I get in tomorrow, I'll run her SOS just to see, does she need to come to us? I know it's her second drinking and driving case, but I think the first drinking and driving case had a period of time. So I'll make sure I check it tomorrow. But other than that, she's been testing. She's back working. No problems. It's like, just a changed way of life for her. She does have a 24-month contract with us. She's due to expire. It's not a Frank Murphy. It's court 24 months, and then that's due up in June, Your Honor.
All right, and so I have a note in my notes that say she needs the restricted license.
Okay.
So, and I don't know if that's applicable, but if it is, it's January. I need her to get that right away so that I have enough time to monitor her before it's time for her to leave the program.
Okay, Your Honor.
Okay, because both of her charges that are on my docket are OWVIs.
Okay.
Okay, so let's make sure we get that done so that she can get that license, that restricted license, and be fine.
Okay, I'll have some conversation with her after we get off today, Your Honor.
All right, wonderful. Mr. Reed, Mr. Fikens.
Yes, Judge, thank you. Ms. Dawson, a good report. Congratulations. Keep up the good work. We're proud of the work you're doing. You should be proud of it also. Be safe, and Happy New Year, Ms. Dawson. Thank you.
Happy New Year to you too.
Your Honor, if I might add, Happy New Year, Ms. Dawson. You're doing a great job. Keep up the good work. We'll work on getting your license. We'll do that.
Thank you.
All right, very good. Ms. Dawson, did you have any questions for the court?
No, I think I covered everything. That was my main focus, was the life. Because I'm trying to go back to school and get my for practical nursing, but I have to be able to drive down in Madison Heights. So this is really important for me. So that's my main focus. Yeah. And
I'll go everything with you, like to let you know exactly what the the restricted license is, as far as the interlock, the vehicle, and things like that. So we'll go over all that after we get off today. So you'll know exactly what you need to do. And like you said, June will be here fast, so we need to get a move on it. So I'll have that conversation with you when we get off today.
Okay.
All right. And I really need you to, has Ms. Dawson seen the sobriety video, Mr. Griffin?
I believe she did the sobriety video. Yeah, she got to do alcohol highway safety level 2 and complete the ARMS, Your Honor.
All right, let's get that done because I'd like to see her get promoted so that she can be on track. Okay?
Okay, Your Honor.
All right, very good. So if nothing else, Ms. Dawson, you'll have a face-to-face, and that will take place on February 1st, 2021. I'll schedule it for 8:30, and you all can work out the logistics, okay?
All right, thank you, Your Honor.
All right, good to see you.
Good to see you too. Bye-bye.
All right, very good. All right, officer.
Next, Your Honor, Fatima Murray.
Miss Murray, could you unmute for us, please?
Yes.
Good morning to you.
Good morning.
Please state your name for the record.
Fatima Murray.
All right, Ms. Murray, you are in our virtual courtroom. Do you agree to have your hearing by way of Zoom?
Yes.
Wonderful. Happy New Year to you.
You as well.
All right, you look good. I see you had your work done and you look good. Very good.
Thank you. I feel good.
Good. Let me place your case number on the record. It's case number 1704508-301. Miss Murray, are you excited about today?
Extremely.
All right, very good. Tell me what you've learned throughout the course of being in specialty court. What have you learned?
Respect is definitely earned and not given.
Yes.
And trust is also earned and not given.
Absolutely. What did you learn about the substance that brought you before me?
I'm sorry, I can barely hear you. I'm sorry, what?
I said, what did you learn about the substance that brought you before me, that brought you into drug treatment court?
What do I think about it? If I didn't, I would have probably ended up a lot like my brother. 6 feet under.
Yeah.
I remember when I was in court and I remember asking you, do you remember?
What did you ask me?
If we can go and save him, but unfortunately he didn't have any
Oh yes, I
warrants or
remember.
anything.
Yes. Yes, I do remember. He didn't have any outstanding matters at 36th District Court, so I had no authority to
I
even
know. I
try.
wanted to thank you so much for even trying. Like nobody honestly would go to that level to even try. And I want to really thank you for trying.
And thank you for caring about your brother. And, you know, when you're sober, you really, really begin to, you want that for everybody that you love, right?
Absolutely.
And so I want you to continue to honor your brother.
Why is the judge overlooking me?
I don't know who you are, but you need to mute yourself because I'm in another hearing right now. And if you yell out again, I won't overlook you. I'm gonna have you come down to this courthouse and I'm gonna be able to look right at you. All right. Miss Murray, I'm sorry about that. And so, Miss Murray, as I was indicating, it's Monday. As I was indicating, I want you to honor your brother going forward in life by continuing to stay on a path of recovery.
Amen.
Stay on this path of recovery. It's not going to be easy, but you can do it because you have done it. How long have you been clean and sober?
I'm sorry?
I said, how long have you been clean and sober?
18 months.
18 months. Come on, let's celebrate Miss Murray. 18 months. That means you can do it, Miss Murray. One day at a time. One day at a time, you can do it. You can continue to be clean and sober.
To be honest. Because if you start thinking day after day or Friday for next Friday, it's just, it doesn't work that way.
It doesn't. One day at a time. One day. And Miss Murray, I want to challenge you that who's smoking? Girl. Let me get through Miss Murray. Miss Murray, I want to challenge you every day when you wake up in the mornings. I want you to say, what am I going to do to work on my sobriety, to stay in recovery? What am I going to do today? Whether it's have an affirmation for yourself, whether it's materials that you read, whether it's going to the meetings, maybe it's going to the gym, whatever. Every day for the rest of your life, I want you to do something to work on staying sober. Every single day. Will you do that for me?
Absolutely.
All right, wonderful, wonderful. All right, Mr. Yancey, what do you want to tell me about Miss Murray today?
Your Honor, she's really done well in our program. She's been with us since July 23rd of 19. She did have an 18-month contract, so her sobriety started with us and it continued. She completed inpatient treatment and outpatient treatment, had over 100 12-step meetings, completed 40 hours community service, watched the sobriety film. She submitted to screenings as directed, and she paid all of her fines and costs, Your Honor. So,
all right. Go ahead, Mr. Yancey.
So we've been happy with her. It's been a struggle. She had a couple of challenges as far as the passing of her brother, but she hung in there with her sobriety, and she did not let the sadness make her use. So we're real proud of Miss Murray, and we would like her to graduate this morning.
All right, very good, Mr. Reed, Mr. Fikens.
Thank you, Judge. Judge, I will be making a motion in this case, but before I make the motion, I'd like to make a few remarks, if I may. Ms. Murray, congratulations on today. You're going to be a graduate of drug treatment court. We understand that the program is not easy, but you've done everything we asked you to do. Drug testing, counseling, 12-step programs, community service. You paid money. You went to arms. You did everything. Be proud of yourself. We're proud of you. You suffered some tragic loss in your brother while you were in the program, but you kept working the program, and we understand that was not easy. This is a dismissible case. I will be making the motion to dismiss it, but I wanted to congratulate you. Be proud of yourself. You're a member of the select few, a graduate to be of drug treatment court. Judge, I'm going to stop talking and make my motion now. I'm moving at the following case, 170-4508-310 be dismissed and closed. And congratulations, Ms. Murray. Job well done. Thank you, Judge. Thank you, Ms. Murray. Happy New Year, Ms. Murray.
To you as well.
Your Honor, if I might add, congratulations. Do well. Happy New Year. Thank you, Judge.
All right. Very good. I am granting the motion. Ms. Murray, your case is dismissed without prejudice. I need everyone in the courtroom to join me in congratulating Ms. Murray on her successful completion of drug treatment court. Congratulations, Ms. Murray. Yes, celebrate yourself. You deserve it. I'm so proud of you. I am. Continue to do well. You will get all of your documentation in the mail. Make sure you hold on to it. You have no other outstanding matters here at 36th District Court. So you are in great shape. So go and be great, Ms. Murray, okay?
Thank you so much, Judge.
All right, take care of yourself. Good to see you.
Thank you so much, you as well.
All right, bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
All right, I am ready on Bradley Williams. Mr. Williams, if you could unmute. Good morning, Mr. Williams.
Good morning, Your Honor.
All right, good morning to you. I have the following matter for Mr. Williams. I have case number 1904519-901. Mr. Williams, state your name for the record.
Brad Williams.
And Mr. Williams, do you agree to have your hearing today in our virtual courtroom?
I do.
Wonderful. All right, Mr. Williams, Happy New Year to you.
Happy New Year to you as well.
All right, how did things go bringing in the new year?
They went well. Pretty uneventful. Didn't spend a lot of time with any friends, just a couple of close family members due to pandemic and things like that.
All right, very good. You were able to get your testing in?
Yes.
Very good. No issues with maintaining your sobriety?
No issues.
Wonderful. And so, Mr. Williams, tell me something you've learned since the last time I've seen you.
Recently, I've spent a lot more time focusing on changing my diet, trying to be healthier. I was going to a gym before the pandemic, but now I've found it trying to challenge myself to continue to be active while not going to a gym.
Okay. And so you this is on purpose. Give me 1 second. All right. And so, Mr. Williams, have you set some goals for yourself for 2021?
I have. I'm still focusing on my diet. I'm hoping with some of the vaccines coming out and things that I can get back into the gym itself. And I've been reading a lot more. So.
All right. Very good. Very good. And so how are things going with that restricted license?
Well, no issues there.
Ms. Charles, you keep dialing in and out of my courtroom. First of all, you came on dressed inappropriately, and then you were smoking in my courtroom. So I'm just gonna stop your video. You don't need to keep dialing in. I'll pull you up when I'm ready for you. Thank you so much. All right. I'm sorry. So, Mr. Williams, no issues with the restricted license?
No issues.
Very, very good. That's very important that you not have any issues with the restricted license. So excited about, how do you feel about having the ability to drive yourself around now?
The last several months have been nice. Not needing to rely on anyone else is obviously a very freeing and less stressful situation.
Yes. Very good. Very good. All right. Anything you need the court to help you with? You're in the maintenance phase.
Correct. I don't believe so. I think I'm just kind of cruising along.
All right. Very good. Mr. Yancey, anything you'd like me to know about Mr. Williams?
Just that Mr. Williams, he's doing well, Your Honor. No issues with the Smart Start. No issues with screening. So he is complying with our maintenance stage, and he's just doing as well as he seems like he's doing.
All right, very good. Then if nothing else, if you don't have any other questions or any questions for the court, Mr. Williams, you are just your maintenance. So I'm gonna have you return to court on February 8th, 2021. I'll schedule it for 8:30 a.m. Okay?
Okay.
All right, you're almost there. You are almost there. Yes, you are. You're closer than you've ever been.
That's very true.
That's very true. All right, very good. Good to see you. Be safe.
Good to see you. Happy New Year.
All right. Thank you. All right, I am ready on Miss Porter. Kimberly Porter, good morning, Miss Porter. If you could unmute yourself, please.
Good morning. How are you?
Good morning. How are you this morning?
I'm well.
Happy New Year to you. Happy New Year. Miss Porter, state your full name for the record.
Kimberly Porter.
And do you agree to have your hearing this morning in our virtual courtroom?
Yes, ma'am.
Wonderful. I have the following matter for Kimberly Porter, Z8060571. Miss Porter, how are you doing?
I'm well. Thank you so much.
Very good. How did it go bringing in the new year? I know we had a heck of a year last year, and then closing it out, and then we're starting off with a heck of a year for 2021. And so how did you do?
I'm just staying positive, and all is well. Initially, I don't know if you all remember, I compared this to a road going to China.
Yes, I wrote it down.
and I'm only, and I compared it to like, it's a road to China, and I'm only like as far as the end of my driveway. So now I feel like you know, maybe I'm in Idaho or
somewhere, right?
Yeah, I'm getting somewhere. I'm getting somewhere. So I'm staying positive. It just seemed like it was never gonna, like I never would have made it, but I'm making it, and it's not that bad. And I just have positive things to say about this experience so far.
Very good. Tell me something you've learned since the last time I've seen you.
I've been working with a gentleman, Dr. Alexander, and it's just been an enlightening experience working with him, and with all of you all. You treat everyone with such humanity. I don't know if I watch too many TV shows, but there's a great deal of humanity in which you all treat each of the folks that have to log in, and even with this gentleman, Mr. Alexander, I would show up at his place of business and, you know, just treat you like just regular folk. So I'm humbled by that.
Yes, very good, very good. Have you set some goals for 2021?
Yeah, this is my 50th year, and
all right,
this is different. It's I don't know. I'm blessed. I know that beyond measure, but just that number it's a trip. It's something else. It's something else. So I say that to say that I've at the end of 2021, I stopped my relationship with nicotine and put it down. This is
good for you.
This has been Goliath. This is Goliath. But
yes,
it's 4 weeks. This weekend will be 4 weeks, and if I could just stop the gummy bears, the licorice, I'm throwing down on all kind of sweets. So I want to get physically fit in terms of you know, this little mid thing I got going on.
It happens right around that 50-ish. It happens. I'm so proud of you, though. You put down the nicotine.
Yeah,
that is huge.
It's huge. It's bigger than anything, because I've been a smoker since college. You know, I thought it was cool, and it's stupid, I know, but I did. I thought, you know, you were cool if you smoked cigarettes.
Right.
Yeah, so I walked away, and I'm not gonna say that I haven't looked back, because I think about it. I think about my companion. They've been with me since I was 17. You know, I've been a smoker since 17, so it's time out. Give my lungs a break.
Good for you. Look at you. I hope you are helping somebody in the courtroom today. Give your lungs a break, especially with everything that's going on right now with COVID and how it attacks the lungs, especially. Yes, so you made a great decision. How's work going?
It's going well. We have finals next week, so I'm trying to, you know, get everybody acclimated to a study schedule, you know, and that's hard because young people, I don't know, it's something different with these young kids. It's something different.
Yes, and then you add this COVID and virtual, and it's something else. It's different. It's really different. And so I challenge the parents to exercise a higher level of discipline and accountability, especially for the high school students, you know, get them ready for life. Life is going to throw some things at you, unexpected, right?
Correct.
But you still have to continue to be disciplined and be accountable for your actions or your inactions. So I had the privilege of teaching a high school class last semester, and I was not the judge, and they let me know that, and so it was something different. And so just having the opportunity to talk with parents about, you know, we're preparing our kids for life. It's more than just a class and a subject. We're preparing our kids for life. And if they don't learn now, then when? If they don't take this pandemic and learn how to function in an emergency, then when? When are they going to learn how to do it? Yeah, that was interesting. Very interesting, challenging. Yes, yes, yes. All right. What do you need us to do to help you to stay on track, Ms. Porter, because you're doing it?
I just appreciate the support. You know, I've been just humbled by the support from Mrs. Robs. I'm encouraged by the words of Attorney Reed and Fike, and I'm encouraged by you. So just maintain that same encouragement and that same humanity. Like I said, I probably watched too many TV shows. I didn't think it was this.
Yeah, I know. No, I tell people all the time, problem solving court is so different because generally when people come to court, they're hurting. They're either a victim, they're either a defendant, they don't want to be here, they owe some money, you know, they feel like they were wrongly pulled over, wrongly accused, all of those things. But there are some good things going on in court. It's not all bad. It's not all bad. Even when people make choices that are not the best choices, it still does not have to be an unpleasant experience. And so we appreciate you for having a good attitude about being here and just doing the work. I appreciate it. I certainly appreciate it. All right, Ms. Robs, anything you want to add, Ms. Robs?
Yes, Your Honor. Miss Porter is doing extremely well, Your Honor. She is currently in phase 1. She has a 14-month contract. She's completed, Your Honor, the required 100 AA meetings. She's completed the 40 hours of community service with Dr. Alexander. She's paid her fees and costs. She's in compliance with her outpatient therapy at Eastwood Clinic. She's completed the sobriety video, the alcohol highway safety. She's compliant with testing. And as you stated, Your Honor, she always has a pleasant attitude. And I wanted to make the recommendation, Your Honor, on today because Ms. Porter is on the right track for promotion to phase 2, if I could, Your Honor.
Absolutely. How do you feel about that, Ms. Porter? The recommendation is that you go to phase 2, that you go to Oklahoma, Utah, whatever state you said earlier. How do you feel about that?
Yeah, I'm encouraged. Thank you.
Come on, wonderful. All right, Mr. Reed, Mr. Fikens, you've heard the recommendation, you've heard the report out on Ms. Porter.
Yes, Judge. Thank you. Congratulations, Ms. Porter. No objections to the promotion. You have such a positive attitude. And I want to take a second to talk about smoking. I flashed back to when I was very, very young in college. And because I wanted to be cool and peer pressure, I started smoking Cools. I thought I'd be extra cool if I smoked Cools. But I stopped smoking in 1995. I haven't touched a cigarette. You can do it, Ms. Porter. I have 26 or 27 years clean. You can do it. Keep the positive attitude. Happy New Year. Thank you. Thank you, Ms. Porter.
Thank you. I needed that.
Thank you.
Yes. All right, Mr. Reed, we learned something new about you today. All right. I need everybody in the courtroom to join me in congratulating Ms. Porter on her promotion to phase 2. Congratulations, Ms. Porter. You should be so proud of yourself. Yes, ma'am. You are on your way to China. That plane's getting closer and closer. I promise you it is. Yes, ma'am. All right. That means I am not going to see you again for a few weeks. You're going to have a face-to-face with Ms. Robs. And that face-to-face is going to take place on February 1st, 2021. I'm going to schedule it for 8:30, but you and Ms. Robs can work together to work out the logistics, okay?
Thank you.
But that will be your next encounter with the court. That'll be through Ms. Robs. Of course, this is for the courtroom. If ever you need anything or you need to contact the court, you can always drop in, okay?
Okay.
All right, very good. Enjoy the rest of your day. So good to see you.
Thank you all. Happy New Year.
Same to you. All right. I am ready on Marquita Walker. Ms. Walker, if you could unmute, please. Good morning, Ms. Walker.
Good morning, Judge Holmes.
State your name for the record.
Marquita Walker.
Do you agree to have your hearing by way of Zoom on this morning?
Yes.
Wonderful. I get the following matter from Marquita Walker, Z802232. And Ms. Walker, Happy New Year to you.
Thank you. Same to you.
Thank you. How are you doing, Ms. Walker?
I'm doing great, Judge Holmes. And I'm
All
also
right.
going on a year clean, January the 20th.
All right, come on, let's celebrate Ms. Walker. Wonderful, congratulations to you. Oh, Ms. Walker, that is some good news, some really, really good news. Tell me what you do to bring in the new year.
Nothing. I just stayed at home and cooked and ate and looked at TV, and I'm getting up on my reading. And well, matter of fact, today when I get out of court, I have a one-on-one with my drug counselor, Miss Gail. We have a one-on-one and a meeting today when I get out of court. And I'm working on my step 12, my honesty, and that's for step 1. And learning step 2 is faith and spiritual truth that's before a higher power and can begin to operate. Most first and believe that it can. So I'm working on my steps and soul searching. That's step 4. I like that. This is a process. It's my life, not an event. And
yes.
Yes. And without the use of drugs and alcohol. And I'm staying focused. I'm staying positive. I'm still taking care of my son. And I just feel great. And I'm trying to help others and reach out to others because I know it's not easy. It's hard, but once you get in the swing of it, it's good. And
You
I
can
feel
do
great.
it.
And
All right.
I thank you so much, Judge Holmes, you and Miss Cleveland and the guys, because without y'all, I'm about to cry.
It's okay, but you're doing the work, Miss Walker. You're doing the work. I'm glad to see that you're clean and sober and you're on a path of recovery. Look, every day, one day at a time, keep working it. I know you've had a number of things that have happened since you've been with us, but I do appreciate your perseverance. You still get up, you roll up your sleeves, and you get back in the fight. And so I need you to continue to do that. And so, Miss Cleveland, I know there were a couple of things that we talked about. I think as to Miss Walker, is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor. Just for the record, Miss Walker is remaining fully engaged with her therapies. She is compliant with her testing. She was engaging in her community service before this last, I'm going to call it partial shutdown for the last COVID issue. So she's still doing that. She appears to have completed quite a few hours. Because she's a person who is on a limited income as well, due to medical issues. She also has been completing with Dr. Alexander the sobriety video. She's progressing in her phase 2 very, very well. She just has to do the arms, which she and I are in discussion about that because she cannot participate outside of online service because of her physical matters. And so we are talking about that because I'm not sure if she's quite set up for the online portion just yet, but we're trying to work through that. We're trying to make sure she has access to it online. Also, she's just doing well. She's had several things happen to her since the last you spoke with her and to her family. But I'm really, really commending her dedication to the program and her making sure, in spite of everything that's going on, that she, looks out for herself as well. So that's something that I'm very proud of her about.
Thank you.
All right, very good, very good. Mr. Reed, Mr. Fikens?
Oh, yes, Judge, thank you. Congratulations, Ms. Walker. Good report. You're doing a good job. We're proud of you. You should be proud of yourself. We understand it's not an easy program, but you're doing a good job. Keep up the good work. Be safe, and Happy New Year to you. Thank you.
Same to you. Happy New Year. Judge Holmes.
Oh, Mr. Fikens is not on. Okay, yes, ma'am.
If it's not if it's okay, I wrote something that I would like to read to you guys, if it's okay with you.
Yes, ma'am, you may do so.
It's called Addiction. And I wrote this, and it says, don't run back to old ways just because they're more comfortable or easier to access. Remember, you left certain habits and people for a reason, to better your life. You can't move forward without life if you keep going back.
That's right. Wow, that's wonderful. Something to be reminded of every day for all of us, right? You can't move forward if you keep going back. Very good, Ms. Walker. You're doing great. I'm proud of you. I want you to keep up the good work that you're doing. You are going to see Ms. Cleveland in a face-to-face. That is going to be on February 1st, right, Ms. Cleveland?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, and I'm going to schedule it for 8:30, but you all can work out the logistics, okay?
Thank you.
All right, good to see you, Ms. Walker. Continue to take good care of yourself.
Thank you. Good to see you guys too.
All right, take care.
Okay, bye-bye.
All right, bye-bye. I am ready on, is Mr. Evans up next?
Yes.
All right, I have a couple of people with their cameras off. I'm gonna turn them on right now, asking them to start their video. All right, okay, and so, no, not you. All right, let me see. I believe that Mr. Evans is next, and then it would be Mr. Anderson. Is that correct? All right, Mr. Evans, if you could unmute yourself. Good morning to you.
Good morning. How you doing?
I'm doing well. Happy New Year to you, Mr. Evans.
The same to you. And at first, I want to apologize for my hood. It's just that I'm in the cold building and I was at work, and I didn't know that you could see me with my hood on. I would have never.
Yes, I can see you. I can see you, Mr. Evans.
My hood on. I would have never had the hood on, but that's where I'm at. It's very cold.
Okay, I'm sorry. You should have let Mr. Griffin. Did you just disappear? Where did he go? Mr. Evans? Is he still on? Oh, there you are. All right. All right, very good. Let's place your case number on the record. 1-80551-0101 for Taiwan Evans. Mr. Evans, state your name for the record.
Taiwan Evans.
And Mr. Evans, do you agree to have your hearing today by way of our virtual courtroom?
Yes.
All right, very good. How have you been, Mr. Evans?
I've been great. I've been doing really my best.
All right, what does that mean, doing your best?
Enjoying staying at home and being around my family more. Really with my daughter more often, a whole lot.
All right, you still working?
Yes, I'm actually at work now.
All right, and that's going well? I'm sorry?
Yes. I was gonna say, due to not driving, I had to be here an hour early in the cold.
Did you want me to add the violin music? I can get some on my phone if you want me to. Mr. Evans, yeah, that's a good sacrifice. An hour early, sacrifice. Remember, we talked about that. Look,
yes, yeah.
Mr. Evans, how'd you bring in the new year? Tell me that.
Actually, you know what? This is the first New Year I ever spent alone at home.
Wow. Ever?
my life.
And you were sober.
Yeah, matter of fact, sober.
Yes. How did that feel, Mr. Evans?
It felt great, actually, because I was actually went to sleep, and I thought I heard gunshots, but it was fireworks in my neighborhood. They were shooting fireworks.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. All right. And so, Mr. Evans, you have that tether on. You doing everything you're supposed to do?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, Your
All
Honor.
right.
Sorry.
No issues. Anything you need us to help you with?
No, not at all. I would say the teller bill, but I got myself in it, and I'm definitely going to get out.
Yes, sir. You're going to have to pay that tether bill, or either, the tether was placing you on house arrest for a year. And so that's better than being in the Wayne County Jail, right?
Yes, Your Honor. Most definitely.
All right. So you're going to have to make that sacrifice with respect to that tether. And so what happened with your Oakland County case? Has anything happened?
Actually, I'm sorry.
Oh, go ahead.
Oh, I go to court, Zoom court, Thursday. I don't know what date it is.
The 14th.
14th. Yeah, the 14th.
All right. Do you know what you're doing on the 14th? Is it for a hearing? What's it for?
I believe we already did the pre-exam hearing, so I still don't really know what's next after the pre-exam hearing, but whatever that is, that's what it is.
Okay. All right. I hope that things work out well for you. I hope you've learned something, Mr. Evans. I hope you have.
Most definitely.
I hope you have.
I truly
All
have.
right. All right. Let me hear from you, Mr. Griffin. Anything on Mr. Evans? And let me just say this for the record, Mr. Griffin. I applaud you because Mr. Evans technically should be, I don't know, regular probation. He shouldn't be on your caseload. Let's say that. But you have graciously agreed to, because of the nature of the case and the monitoring that this court deemed appropriate, you agreed that you would monitor with respect to Mr. Evans. And so I appreciate you going above and beyond what's expected or required of you to make sure not only that Mr. Evans is safe, but that the public at large is safe. And that's what your monitoring does, because you do update me whenever there's anything going on, you let me know. And so I appreciate that, Mr. Griffin. So anything you want to say for the record as to Mr. Evans?
No problem, Your Honor. No, he's been doing what he's supposed to do. I didn't talk to him, several times throughout the holidays and things like that. Just checking on him. He'll call in and check in with me. So he does go back to court on Thursday for a hearing. So I'll follow up on that to see exactly what's going on. I make sure I make contact with Pontiac and see where we moving forward from there. But other than that, he's been in compliance with your order, Your Honor.
All right, wonderful. Glad to hear it. All right, Mr. Evans, Mr. Griffin, I'm scheduling Mr. Evans, every 30 days?
Yes, Your Honor, every 30 days. And then, like I said, when I find out something, I'll update you and staffing about what's going on, with the case in Pontiac.
All right, very good. So then, Mr. Evans, you are going to have a return to court date of February. I'm going to put it out to February 8th. So that's like about 5 weeks. February 8th, 2021, and I'll schedule you for 8:30, okay?
Okay.
And if you get on, Ms. Cook, you have to take that hood off in my courtroom. Ms. Griffin, call your client.
Okay.
And so I'll schedule you for the 8th at 8:30. Get on early enough so that you are able to get back to work, okay?
Okay.
All right, very good. If no questions, Mr. Reed, was there anything you wanted to say to Mr. Evans?
Just keep up the good work. Stay clean and sober. Happy New Year. Thank you, Judge.
Same to you too. Thank you.
All right. All right. Take care, Mr. Evans. Take care.
All right. Thank you too.
All right. Are we ready on Antonio Anderson, Mr. Anderson?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Anderson. What's all that all over your face? I can't hear you.
Okay.
Mr. Anderson?
Yeah,
Barely.
I turned it up.
How are you?
Huh?
How are you?
I'm good, you?
I'm doing well. Happy New Year to you.
Happy New Year.
Thank you. Do you agree to have your hearing by way of Zoom this morning?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. State your name for the record.
Antonio Anderson.
All right, Mr. Anderson, I have the following matter, 19044325001. And so, Mr. Anderson, how have you been?
I've been good. I've been good.
Tell me what that means.
Just staying out of trouble, keeping my head straight, and working out lately a lot.
All right, how's the job?
Job's going pretty good.
Okay, no issues during the holidays or bringing in the new year?
No, ma'am.
All right, what did you do to celebrate?
I was celebrating with my older sister and my other older sister.
Okay, what'd y'all do?
Nothing, just play with the kids and watch my niece. She liked to be on TikTok, so I was doing little TikTok dances with her.
All right. Okay. Very good. Tell me something you've learned, Mr. Anderson, since the last time I've seen you.
Just being sober. Nobody can do it but myself. That's really about it. Just staying sober with a positive mind.
All right. And a positive attitude, right?
Ma'am.
All right. Mr. Yancey, do you have Mr. Anderson's case?
Yes, I do, Your Honor.
Update me on what's going on with Mr. Anderson.
Mr. Anderson, he's really been doing well. He's been with us since July 19th of 2019. He had an 18-month contract. His 18-month will be over the 19th of this month.
Okay.
And we thought about graduation, but he's trying to get me some information so he can get his restricted license. So we want to hold him for a minute. Other than that, he's been complying with everything. He's never missed a screening in the entire 18 months that we had him, which is really commendable, nor did I have to prod him or tell him the bad things that could happen if he missed screening. So we told him he needed to do screenings. He's done screenings. So we want to hold his case a little bit longer to see if he can give me the information for the restricted license. And we want to reduce his screenings if possible to once a week. He's never been positive before.
All right. And so, Mr. Yancey, he's finished all of his 12-step meetings?
Yes, he's finished everything, arms, everything.
Community service?
Yes.
All right. Alcohol, highway safety?
Yes.
Arms?
Yes.
Sobriety video?
Yes.
And he's in which phase, Mr. Yancey?
He's in phase 3.
He's in phase 3. I needed to update my sheet. That wasn't about you. That was my sheet. All right. So you want to reduce his screenings?
To once a week, Your Honor.
All right. And so I really want to see you get that restricted license. I really do. You've been with us. You've worked hard. You've not given us any issues. And so I'm going to reduce, unless there's an objection from Mr. Reed, I'm reducing your screening to 1 time per week. I need you to get that restricted license. You deserve it. You have worked very hard. You have. Mr. Reed?
No objections, Judge. I congratulate you, Mr. Anderson. When Mr. Yancey said you had a perfect record, never missed a screen, never tested positive. That's commendable. Be proud of yourself. You work in the program. Judge, I have no objections to reducing testing to once a week. Happy New Year, Mr. Anderson.
Yeah.
All right, so it is reduced to 1 time per week. Mr. Yancey, he's in phase 3. I'd like to see Mr. Anderson on February 8th, so I'm giving that as a return to court date. On February 8th, 2021. And actually, Mr. Yancey, he can do a face-to-face. I'll schedule it for 8:30 a.m. and you all can work out the logistics, okay?
Thank you so much.
All right, Mr. Anderson, keep up the great work. It's good to see you.
Good to see you too.
All right, very good, very good. All right, I have 2 matters left, and I know Ms. Charles is on, and I'm gonna do hers, but is Ms. Cook ready? Mr. Griffin, she has to appear in my courtroom properly. All right. I'm gonna ask some folks to start their video so I can start wrapping up.
Video.
All right. I see, oh, there's Miss James. I was wondering where she was today. Miss Charles. Oh, who has Miss Charles? Mr. Griffin. Where's Mr. Griffin? Did he leave out? Miss Charles, you've been with me long enough. I need you to sit up like you are in court. I need you to I don't know what else to say. Like, I just don't. I don't, Miss Charles. I don't. All right. I'm asking Miss James, unmute your phone for me, please.
Hello.
And Happy New Year. Good morning, Miss Smith, Miss James. Good morning to both of you.
Good morning, Your Honor.
All right, Miss. Good morning. Happy New Year to all of you.
Thank you.
All right, Miss James, let me have you state your name.
Annette James.
You're in our virtual courtroom. Do you agree to have your hearing today by way of Zoom?
Yes, ma'am.
Wonderful. Let me place your case numbers on the record. I have case number 1704-499201, 1704-584901, and 1905-638201 for Annette James. Miss James, how have you been?
I've been great.
You've been great?
Yes.
What have you been doing, Miss James?
Well, I've been here at the house by myself. Everybody done left.
Everybody's loved you?
All the girls that ran away, they just left me. That's okay.
Wait, you're fading in and out. Say that again.
I say that's okay. I'm fine with it though, being here by myself, taking care of the house.
All right, and you're taking.
Yeah.
You're taking care of the house and you're taking care of yourself. Is that right?
Yes.
All right, very good. Did you talk to your son over the holidays?
I talked to my son. I had to call him and tell him that his grandmom died.
Okay, all right. And was that your mother?
No, that was his father's mother.
Okay.
And then over New Year's Eve, my nephew got shot.
Is he okay?
No, he's dead.
Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that, Miss James.
Yeah. I heard yesterday or day before yesterday, they had a party from Taylor to like Gladstone. I was like, oh my God.
And how are you handling the death of your nephew?
Actually, for all of them, I'm doing great. I'm doing great.
All
Yes.
right. Very good. Miss Smith, tell me about Miss James's progress.
Well, Your Honor, I think Annette James has went beyond what I thought she was capable of doing. Unfortunately, I was one of those 22 organizations that were not recontracted. So it had to go over to self-pay. And unfortunately, those who were able to pay chose not to stay. And I didn't want to shut it down because Miss James had no income, no place to go. So this is how Miss James ended up here. I was not going to see her outside with no place to go.
Thank you.
To my surprise, every time I come in here, it's fresh and so clean.
Yes, wonderful. Very good.
My gosh, and she's still abiding by the rules, even though it's not as strict as it was. She's still, I'm telling you, this woman has blown my mind. She is amazing. Amazing.
Yeah. Now, Miss Smith, Miss Smith, did I lose? Oh no. Miss Smith, are you all still working on helping Miss James to get her disability?
Well, yes, ma'am. From my understanding, I guess she can tell you better than me, but it's actually in the process of waiting for distribution. So, she kind of like took me out of the picture a little bit once I had spoken to them. And then she was doing some things on her own and she was updating me. She recently told me that now she's just waiting for them to pay her money.
Okay. I called, what was it? I think it was last week, and asked the receptionist, and she said it should be a couple of months before we get a decision.
Okay. And so, Miss Smith, is there any way that you can make sure there's nothing on her end, Miss James's end, or our end that we need to be doing to help her? Because she's been in this process for a while.
Oh, yes, ma'am. What I'll do is after this is all over for today in court, I'll ask Ms. James for the phone numbers and the names of the people that she has spoken to. And with her permission, her authorization, I'll make the phone calls and I'll get an update for you, Your Honor.
All right, please do, because she's been waiting for a while. And I just want to make sure because the 24 months will be up here in May. If I'm correct, Mr. Yancey, it'll be May of this year. Right. I don't want Miss James to leave this program and we don't know that she's in stabilized living, that she has an income, and that she's safe. Because as you know, we care about Miss James. Yes, and so I don't have a large window of time that I'm working with. It's already January. We'll look up and it'll be the end of January, right? So I want to make sure she has the stable living and income and that she's in a safe place where she will have a continuum of care before her 24 months expire.
Yes, ma'am.
So can we put that on the front burner and get to work on that?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Sounds good to me. Very good. All right. Mr. Yancey?
Yes, Your Honor, I just want to commend Miss James for hanging in there. She's been doing quite well. I really want to commend Miss Smith for keeping that house open. Basically,
yes.
For Miss James.
Oh my goodness.
Miss Smith has just been incredible, and we really appreciate her in the situation. So. We just want Ms. James to hang in there. Hopefully there'll be a distribution, not just waiting for an approval, but just waiting for a distribution of funds. So that's what we're waiting on. Other than that, she's complying with our program still, Your Honor.
All right, very good. And Ms. Smith, my apologies. I must tell you, thank you for going above and beyond. I hope that you won't have to close down your program. You have certainly been a friend of this court in helping us with Ms. James and just providing that support that Ms. James needed in such a critical at such a critical time. And so I can't thank you enough for just going above and beyond, because as you know, the work that we do, it goes beyond dollars and cents. We have to have a heart for the people and a heart for the mission. And so I just appreciate you doing that. So thank you so much. And I don't know how it works or if there's anything the court can do to encourage someone to take a look at your program. But certainly, let us know, okay?
Thank you, Your Honor. Now, with that offer, I would greatly appreciate if you could possibly write me a letter of recommendation, and I can submit it to the Detroit Wayne Integrated Health Network. So their next opportunity, they might consider recontracting me.
All right. And so, Mr. Yancey, we need to do that. Okay? All right. And she has certainly helped us with Miss James. And look at Miss James now. She's doing wonderful. So proud of you, Miss James.
Thank you.
All right. All right, Mr. Reed.
Oh, yes, Judge, thank you. Ms. James, excellent report. I'm sorry to hear about the tragic loss of your nephew. You have such a good attitude and you're doing such good work. You should be proud of what you're doing because we are proud of you. Stay safe, and Happy New Year to you, Ms. James. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, very good. And if there's nothing else for the court's consideration, Ms. James, I have you returning to court. I want her to come back and see me on February 8th, 2021. Is that okay? The 8th?
Yes.
Ms. Smith?
Yes, ma'am. I won't forget it. That was my mom's birthday.
Oh, wow. Okay. All right. We'll do February 8th, 2021 at 8:30 a.m. Okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Good to see both of you. Happy New Year. Continue to take good care of yourself, Miss James.
Yes, ma'am.
Happy New Year.
All right. All right. Thank you. And thank you for your patience this morning.
Thanks.
All right. Miss Cook.
Morning.
All right. Good morning. I'm going with it because I'm spent. All right. I have case number Z785139 and case number 195061811 for Deandra Cook. Good morning and Happy New Year to you, Miss Cook.
Good morning and same to you.
All right. How are you doing?
I'm fine.
You're doing fine. Tell me what that means to you that you're doing fine.
I'm alive.
You are alive. Hey, that we all doing fine, right? That means something today, that we are alive. Things are going well with you?
Yes, they're going fine.
All right. Are you back to work?
I was. They laid us back off.
They laid you back off?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Is it due to the pandemic?
Yes, it is.
All right. How did you celebrate bringing in the new year?
I was asleep, actually.
You were just sleeping?
Yeah.
You're not old, Miss Smith. Miss Cook, you're not old. You're not old. All right, but you were sleeping. That's a good way to bring in the new year. All right, that's a very good way to bring in the new year. And so, how are the kids?
They're fine.
Very good. Are you still home doing the home virtual schooling?
Yes.
And how's that working out?
It's a mess, but it's working.
Okay, it's a mess, but you're doing it?
Yeah.
I can't hear you.
I said I have 3 children in school still, so I'm going from room to room, but we're doing it.
All right. You should be applauded, Miss Cook. My hat goes off to you because I know that's a lot of work. A lot of work. All right. Did you have any issues with testing during the holidays?
With who?
Testing. Getting to your testing.
No.
None? Okay. Very good. Very good. And so is there anything that you need us to help you with, Miss Cook?
Nope. I'm just trying to get the money up for arms at this time.
Okay. All right. Very good. Have you done your, well, Mr. Griffin will update me, but you're on, it looks like you're on track. You're doing what you're supposed to do. I just want to encourage you to keep up the good work. Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
Did you have any questions for me?
Not at this time.
All right, let me hear from Mr. Griffin. Mr. Griffin?
Your Honor, Ms. Cook is in phase 2 of the program. Like she said, I did refer her to the ARMS program online, so she's trying to get the money together so she can start that. She also has to complete her 40 hours of community service. So I'm trying to get with Ms. Green tomorrow to find a place to see if we can get her started on those hours. She still has some court costs, I believe. Her fees are around $500. She did make a $400 or $500 payment, so she's been making progress. So didn't have any problems with her over the holidays testing or anything like that. She's been compliant. I'm gonna see what we have on the job front and maybe send her some other stuff, because I know a lot of places have been laying on it, but there are some places hiring. So I'm gonna see what we have for her and send that to her. But other than that, she's been doing okay, Your Honor.
All right, very good. And so, Mr. Griffin, this is for my purpose to update my document. Has she already seen the sobriety video?
Yeah, she did the sobriety video. She still have alcohol, highway safety, level 2, Your Honor, the community service, and the ARMS program.
Got it. All right, very good. All right, Mr. Reed?
Oh, yes, thank you. Congratulations, Ms. Cook, good report. Sometimes when people ask me how am I doing, I say I'm still alive, and that's a good thing. Still alive is a good thing. Keep up the good work, be safe, and Happy New Year, Ms. Cook. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Now, I do have a note, Mr. Griffin, that there was another probation that was not 36th District Court. Can you give me an update on that? What's going on with the other probation?
Yeah, Ms. Cook, have you finished that probation yet, or are you still making payments?
I got to finish making payments, then they'll sign me off, she said.
Okay.
Okay. What? And remind me, Miss, what city is that in?
Dearborn.
In Dearborn. Okay. And what was the charge in Dearborn?
It was the same thing.
It was a drinking and driving case, Your Honor, that she had never took care of. It was older, but she had never took care of it.
2007. And this was from
Got it. Okay. Got it. All right. Very good. All right, Ms. Cook, if nothing else, I want you to keep up the great work, okay?
I will. Thank you.
All right. Very good. I won't see you again. Actually, you'll do a face-to-face with Mr. Griffin. I'm going to schedule it for February 1st, 2021 at 8:30 a.m. And then, Mr. Griffin, you all can work out the logistics, okay?
Okay, Your Honor.
All right, very good. Good to see you.
Okay, thank you.
All right, take care. Ms. Charles, I'm going to ask you to turn on your video, sit up like you're in court. All right, I'm recalling case number 1704412-401. Ms. Charles, please state your name.
Pamela Ann Charles.
Thank you. All right, Mr. Reed, did you go in the breakout room with Ms. Charles?
Yes, Judge, thank you.
All right.
Thank you for the opportunity to speak to my client in the breakout room. We did talk about drug treatment court, goals and purposes, and her history with drug treatment court. I know the court's aware that she was a participant who went AWOL, was arrested. She spent approximately 20 days in the county jail, and then the court allowed her to be released. Judge, we talked about her possible continued participation in drug treatment court. She indicated to me that she wanted to continue in drug treatment court if allowed, and that she would be willing to follow all the orders of the court. She apologized to the court for leaving the program, and I think she may need to apologize for any behavior today. I wasn't able to see what she was doing, but sometimes many of our clients forget where they are and they become impatient. And if Miss Charles' behavior was that, I'm sure she does apologize. Judge, I advise her that the court might have some questions for her, she would be prepared to answer why she wishes to continue in the program. Thank you, Judge.
Thank you, Mr. Reed. I'm going to hear from the case manager first before I'm going to hear from you, Ms. Charles, but I want to hear from the case manager first. Who, Mr. Griffin?
Yeah, Your Honor, I'm overseeing the case. Just a couple of things, Your Honor. You know, Ms. Charles has been with us for a while. She actually absconded. You signed the warrant on June the 29th of 2018. She absconded on her way to inpatient treatment. She didn't want to go into inpatient treatment, so I don't know if you recall, she got out the van and she took off. So she's been gone since 2018. So that's been almost 2 years. She came back to us in November of 20 when she was arrested. Only concerns I have about the case, Your Honor, I know we had discussed some other things about making some payments and things like that. She had some progress while she was in the program, but you know, like I said, this is another case that dates back to 2016. So we're in 2021 now. I don't know. I'm pretty sure you're going to ask her, Your Honor, has she been using any drugs since she's been gone for the last 2 years? And this is something I would like to discuss further, maybe and maybe bring her back tomorrow or Thursday, just to see it as a team as a whole. Do we want to continue, or you know, use this spot for somebody that's, you know, that needs the program more than Ms. Charles do? So that's where I'm at this point, Your Honor.
All right. Let me just hear from Ms. Charles. Ms. Charles, what's going on with you?
Judge, if I have to go back to jail, I will do so.
Well, that's non-responsive to my question. Is that where you want to go? Is back to jail?
I prefer not to go to jail.
Then why would you answer my question that says, my question was, Ms. Charles, what's been going on with you? If you don't want to go to jail, then why are you answering my question that I'll go back to jail if that's what you want me to do?
Well, because you are in charge of me. And I have a friend living over here with me. And it's been quite difficult for the last 2 years. It's been very difficult for me. I lost my mother. And
I'm sorry to hear that.
I lost my mother at 93 years old.
And so, Ms. Charles, my question to you is whether or not you even want to do the program.
I want to continue and complete the program, Your Honor. I do.
And so, Ms. Charles, since you've left the program, have you been using substances?
No.
Any type of substances?
No, I haven't been drinking. I have smoked marijuana, but I haven't been drinking.
Okay, marijuana is a substance, Ms. Charles.
So yes.
And you know that in this program, you cannot smoke marijuana.
I beg your pardon?
Do you understand that in drug treatment court, you cannot smoke marijuana?
Yes, I understand that.
Okay, and so if you're, I don't know, Mr. Reed.
Yes, Judge. In my conversations with my client, she indicated she wanted to return to the program and she would follow the orders of the court. And she indicated that she knows that she can't smoke marijuana. I would ask the court to give her a chance and see if she can do the program as ordered by the court. She may not be articulating it very well, but she did indicate that she wants to participate. And many of our clients have behavior problems that can be addressed by the court, not only clean and sober, but how to act in the courtroom.
Your Honor,
Right.
if I may, Your Honor, if I may, I would like to have the opportunity to review the file further because I'm looking at the ROA. I don't have the file physically in front of me. It's like she was sentenced in 2017 to regular probation before she came into drug court. So I'd like to review the file, even though she's been gone for 2 years. I'd like to see how much time do we actually have to supervise her, counting the time that she did on regular probation and in drug court. So if I can get an opportunity, then we can go through staffing just to see, do we have the equivalent time to supervise her to complete the program?
All right. And so we'll staff on today at 2 o'clock. And so this is what I'm going to do because I have a heavy docket on tomorrow. I will bring Miss Charles back. She'll return to court on Friday. Let's do Miss Charles for Friday.
Good. Yeah.
And that is, what's the date for Friday? The 15th. Yes, Friday, January 15th, 2021 at 8:30 a.m. Miss Charles, I need you to go and test today. I need you to go and test today. Did you hear me?
Yes, I'm hearing you. I'm on the bus. I don't have a car anymore. And I'm on the bus.
It's okay to go to testing on the bus. It's okay. People go a lot of places on the bus. And so you can go to testing on the bus. But you need to test on today. You must test today. So I'm also giving notice that, is there a recommendation, Mr. Griffin, for termination for Miss Charles as well?
Yes, Your Honor, that was my original thought. I mean, seeing how old the case is and, the supervision and stuff that we did attempt, and for her been going for the past 2 years and we're now in 2021. Yeah, that was my consideration, that termination. And we had discussed some other, I know she did some jail time where we had discussed some other as far as making payments and things like that. So I think if we discuss it more and staffing to come up with a clear plan, I'd like to discuss that. But yeah, I did have a recommendation for termination at this point, Your Honor.
All right. So Mr. Reed, your client is being placed on notice that Friday will be the termination hearing. She absconded. She failed to comply with the court's orders. The court ordered her to inpatient treatment. She absconded before reporting to inpatient treatment as ordered by the court, and she has had no contact with 36th District Court, and she has continued to utilize a substance that was prohibited. And so consider yourself notified of a termination hearing that will take place on this coming Friday, January 15th, 2021 at 8:30 a.m. Anything else for my consideration?
No, Judge, thank you.
All right, you need to make sure you dial in again, Miss Charles, on Friday at 8:30 a.m., okay?
And
I understand.
And Your Honor, I will send paperwork over to James to set her up for a test today.
Absolutely. She needs to test on today.
Okay.
All right. And she needs to test today and on Wednesday.
Okay, Your Honor.
Okay. All right. And then I'll deal with her on Friday.
Okay, thank you.
Judge, may I just add, Ms. Charles, you do know about testing and jams and the location. Is that correct?
Yes, I don't have money for them, but I will borrow some money to go to them today.
Okay, as long as you get tested, make it work. Make it work out.
Okay.
Thank you, Judge.
Now, Mr. Reed, she's not coming back in this program with all kind of excuses. Now, in 2 years, if you had saved a nickel a day over the last 2 years, you'd have enough money to test probably for the duration of the program. And so get that together. Because if you come back into the program as opposed to jail time, I'm not coddling you. I'm not babying you, and I'm not hearing any excuses. That's just where I am. So I just want to put that on the record before Friday. How about that?
That's
all right, Miss Charles. I'll see you on Friday. Thank you. Have a good day.
You as well.
All right. I don't have any other individuals in the courtroom. Is that correct? I do not. All right. We are staffing today. I did receive the notice from Ms. Yaksik, or Yaksik. I might be pronouncing her name wrong. that we are staffing at 2:00 on today. I will be in the building in the courthouse. I'll be in chambers. And so if you all need me, I'll be available by chamber phone or my cell phone, assuming it's working in there today. And so if nothing else, you all did a great job on this morning.